Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today, and I guess I'm a little bit too bright. Sometimes it's not always what it looks like. Let's see, there we go. I mean, it shows in a way on my camera, and then suddenly when I get live, it changes. So okay, so what I wanted to show you today, I know it's not Halloween themed, it's not fall themed, but you can make it fall themed. I wanted to show you how you can do something that's really pretty using just scraps, and we always have scraps left. And as I said before, it's not always a good idea to just go and mix everything together to get mud clay. Hi, Darla. I most of the times, if there's not too many colors in the pieces of scrap, I'd kind of separate them by color, even if they are different hues, and then I would mix them together and get a new hue of that color, or I do stuff with them. In this case, hi Carlene, hi Judy. In this case, what we are going to do is to use pieces of scrap clay that that is made out of oh my god, how I call it, same color clay, doesn't have many colors. Hi Christina. And what we are going to use to get this design is you need a little bit of a bigger jump ring, or as is this case, this is a washer. It's not a jump ring. Or you can use one even bigger than this. And I'm going to use a round, but I guess we'll also try with a square as well. Hi Mona, hi Sharon. So let me grab my colors. So what colors do I have here? And you can keep the colors in the same range of colors, or you can do a whole mix. But what I'm going to use today is I have a little bit of violet, and this is actually the violet pearl. And then I have a little bit of peacock here, and I'm trying to kind of keep in the same. The only time that you can actually use more than one color is if you have this kind of stuff, and I have this from an old project, so I'm going to flatten it because this works for what I need to do. So I flattened it and it will do just fine, and I think that I should be good to go with this. The next two colors, and you can choose whatever other colors you have, you know. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab some black, and I'm going to run it on a very thin setting. Something scared Finnegan. He just bolted from under my chair. And you seriously want it really, really thin. So I'm going to place it kind of like this and cut approximately, and then place it back on so it would be on both sides. And get this thin again. Hi Lynn. And happy Sunday. You know we had the Friday the 13th. And I'm happy to say that nothing bad happened, amazingly. Okay, so I'm going to grab my purple and do the same as I did with this piece. Now look, I can actually place it here. And then do this again very thin. And do this. Finnegan! He's getting under the carpets again. He's got this thing when he goes under the carpets. I don't know, his control quality, I presume. Alright, so now we have these 3 pieces. And you can have more, depends on how many you want to do. Hi Lynn. Hi Janine. And I'm going to go even thinner. And you don't have to get with it through the machine because it doesn't have to be of equal thickness. And again, you can do this with, you can put whatever scraps you have from all kinds of projects. When you finish them, you can put them in a Ziploc bag, and until you get enough of these to be able to do this design. So really quite thin, as you can see. If you want, you can go through the machine, but as I said, it's no need, and you'd rather have it not even, not of the same thickness. All right, my next move is, remember how we do the watercolor? Yeah, actually I do have a, I'm going to start breaking pieces. I don't want just the black. And then I'm going to gently pinch the edges after I break the pieces. Oh, now he started wailing. He's not getting attention. It looks like it's a little bit time consuming, but it's not that bad. And remember, a lot of times the pretty stuff is time consuming. Everybody can do the simple stuff that's not time consuming, and I'm gonna put them all here so I know what I'm dealing with. But to do something really different, sometimes you might want to spend a little bit more time. And they don't have to be the same size, they don't have to be the same anything. How have you been doing? We have a really chilly weather here in Oklahoma. Today's the high is 61. It's gonna get better by next week. It's gonna get back into the 70s and lower 80s, but I definitely had to turn my heat on, because when you get lower 40s at night, it tends to get chilly in the house. And I talked to my doctor about my sleeping thing, sleep issues, and she suggested something that I started to apply, and I am feeling much better. And she said that slowly I should be getting back on track. But let me show this to you first, and then I'll explain what she said and what I'm doing. All right, so we are going to start piling them. Pretty much. No rhyme or reason, really. And yes, I'll have more of these than the other colors, but it's fine. And this one is too far out. Alrighty. So I got this, right? And I am going to cut and stack in length. And now I can start reducing it to make it thin, or everything's thinner. Hi Karen, hi Lane, glad you made it. I'm sorry that you're having technical difficulties. Okay, so my doctor said stop trying to keep on with the daily activities even if you didn't have enough sleep, because all you manage to do is to be tired all the time. So she said just whenever you're sleepy, sleep. Whenever you're awake and you cannot go back to sleep, don't try to go back to sleep. Simply go ahead and start doing stuff around the house. And this is what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm stacking again. As you can see, I got this for now, just to get a better thing here. So I have this. It's kind of sorta stropel, kind of sorta. Okay. And we'll do a stropel too in this specific way to see what's the difference. So I have white now. So let's give it a cut here. Insert the white. Put it back. Oops, was this way. Put it back, and then let's do another cut like here, and insert another white. And now we have this. And from this we are going to start building. It's going to be funny. Hi Adelaide. So I'm going to start cutting in a diagonal like this. So is one way. So build a thing out of this. This is all abstract stuff. This would be one. The second one would be cutting hold on, how was it? Did I say like this in a diagonal? Like, no, like this. So cut diagonals like this. Here. It depends entirely what colors you want to use. So we have another thing here. And the next one, I'm going to cut like this, put this here, flatten a bit, roll, and cut. Maybe I didn't choose the best colors, but you know, you get the idea. Alrighty, so let's create another layer here. And again, you can use all kinds of colors with this. But essentially how this would work, you grab some white, and it should be pretty much on the thickest setting, and we are going to cut a round out of it. Give it about almost to the half, and let's choose maybe this one would work better, but we need to cut it in on a little diagonal thing so we can get a full circle out of it. And you can have if you don't want to have to bother afterwards with the backing of it, you can already have the backs done first. Do you want it to be even? And I'm going to cut again. I didn't cut that perfectly perfect. So you can use any of those to create that, and then we'll just put the jump ring somewhere here. This looks very beachy if you use blues like I did. And you want to do a little bit of burnishing on it so you are sure that it's all nice and even, but whatever is not, you can sand it off. So this would be one way. And then we are going to do some stropel with stuff that does have multiple colors in it. And I have quite a few here. But it's going to be again using white. Oh yeah, when it comes to sanding, that's something else. Okay, so I have some stuff here, and I'm going to use stuff that's all from the latest projects. So I'm going to just plainly use these, and I need my white. And it's like on a 4. Okay, so it doesn't matter the contamination because we are working stropel here. So don't chop too small because you want some substantial chunks. So let's grab this like this in half. I'm going to place my chunks here. So this is the plain stropel technique, nothing more, nothing less. I guess I cut a little bit too much for what I'm intending to do. And grab this here, place it on top. And now we got this, which is more or less, you don't want to even it yet. Okay, so you'll have some more clay between the white and less clay between the white. And we stack. Again, just with your fingers, don't use anything else. And cut and stack. And I put them backwards so I don't get a repeating pattern, right? Of course, you can do a Natasha out of it very nicely. It works beautiful with stropel. So various stuff that you can do with scrap clay, right? And now I'm going to do a little bit of thinning out. And look how gorgeous it is. And I can cut a slice. And again, you can use your pasta machine if you want, or you can use just your roller, but you want it to be nice and even here. And once again, you can do this as a Natasha if you so decide. And I'm not going to even use a cutter on this one. I'm going to just okay, so we got this. Now we are going to, let me just do some scrap here. This is way too big, but it's fine for what I intend to do. Now, my advice would be to first put this on and bake, and then do the other part, because you want to be able to sand it nicely, and if you have texture, you won't be able to sand. All right, so let's place this here. And give it a, we follow the line of what is under, and on the sides and only the very top we are going to add something to it. So we have this for now, and we can do this. Next part, just use a little bit of black or silver or whatever you decide you want to use. And practically any texture, literally any texture. I'm going to use this that was from the liquid clays. And just get me a something here, which I should have done thicker. Hold on a second, because it needs to be much thicker than this. I didn't think about that. So let me make it even thicker so that I don't lose stuff here. There we go. Now it should be thick enough. And which part do I want? I want this part. Let me approximately get it here. I'm doing just an approximation for now, but then I am going to put first a little bit of wax on it, and you can use whatever color you choose. I'm going to use some gold. And that way, once it's baked, fully baked, you can do the back also with black with texture, very thin, and then put some black all around and use some wax on it. Alrighty, so now I can place this here. And we can just make sure that it's well against this. And there we go, we have a new design. Now I know it should have been better with silver, but I don't want to get up. I'm still a little tired. Oh, I am so glad you did. Okay, now let's do a little Natasha here. I'm going to thin this out a little bit more. And cut a straight here. And then cut it in half. And we got a Natasha. And as I said, using Stropel for Natasha is always gorgeous. Always, always, always. Doesn't matter how you decide to work with it. Actually, let me show you a trick for a special size. So I'm going to cut right here at the end of this little red thing. And we're gonna get an unusually shaped pendant. Just make sure that you have even parts on the sides. And there we go. New shape. And you can use this as a pendant, obviously. Now, do you want me to try yet another one? Yeah, it looks like a guitar, or it looks like I see the torso of a person with like the lungs and the hips and the arms. You know, these are like the Rorschach stuff. Okay, so let's do this again. And remember that the original Stropel is using black. And in my Stropel tutorial, I showed you how it looks like using white. Let me grab this black out here. But the truth is that you can use practically any color you choose. And you can use bright colors. Yeah, everything is high, Karen. Everything has a very, very high price right now. So one of the things that I like the most, and you can do this with, oh, I still had this, I didn't realize. You can do this with most leftovers, not even bothering to put layers in between, is that spiral thing. And it always makes things look spiffy. So what I did on an angle here. And I'm going to start wrapping it up. And it's got a straight line here too. And we are creating a new surface. Try to cut them evenly. That's your main. And in just a second, I need to grab another cutter. And I'm going to actually use the teardrop to create my surface. I'm going to try and figure out which of these is more. This one is too big. This one looks like it's about the proper size. So I start by placing one here. And then I'm going to cut a little bit out and place the next one. And cut a little bit out. Place the next one so that they would combine properly. And you kind of want want to make sure that you got bright colors among darker colors. Okay, so let's cut a chunk out of this and place this. And I'm showing you this because I've seen many times how people are trying to create an even surface, but they are trying to burnish these down, and they always get distorted. If you do it this way, it will be without them getting distorted. Yeah, I still have a lot of the old ones, but everything is so much more expensive nowadays. I mean, I found in my stash of bags. Hi, Ilyanka. I found in my stash of plastic bags, because I always collect plastic Walmart bags because of cat litter boxes cleaning. And in one of them was a receipt from Walmart from 2019. And I can tell you that pretty much everything that was on that receipt that I would still buy nowadays was practically double. So yeah, your only thing buying on Marketplace is that you don't know the quality, you know. Okay, so let's try the same thing. So the same thing that I did with the round, we can do with the square. So I'm cutting it pretty much even like this. And then I'm going to place, this is it's too short for my square, big square one. And now we have a very elongated hexagon thing. And of course it can get a little bit of better. Yeah, the price gouging is a big issue. So as you can see, you can do other stuff, and generally speaking, inserting little jump rings in your work just brings an extra oomph, especially not so much on this, but on flat, even surfaces. And if you are afraid that they might fall after you bake, a good thing is to place the imprint, then gently remove the ring, bake, that way you can sand properly, and then just put a little bit of glue and put the ring back, and it's going to look just fine. So you do this, you bake, you sand, and then put a little bit of glue with a toothpick and place this back. And this is also a good thing to do when you have a lot of, like, you can make texture with metallic wax, and then imprint some rings or whatever other findings you might have, remove it, take it out, remove it, bake it, and then glue it back in place. And it's going to be it's kind of a sort of a steampunkish. So yeah, I know this wasn't a very big live tutorial, but I thought of showing you something to do with your scraps. So I hope you enjoyed it. And you'll try it yourselves. I'm still working on things. I started to be able to work on things again, and I'm almost caught up with my house thing. I don't know, did you try that Crafter's Advanced Clay? Did you do testing about elasticity and hardiness after baking and stuff like that? Because I would be willing to try it. But anyway, this would be it for today, and I think I'm going to go back to sleep because I woke up at 3 a.m. and I wasn't able to sleep again, but suddenly now I am sleepy, of course, when I'm doing the live. But I'm following my doctor's advice, and hopefully I'll get out of this funk, because believe me, sleep deprivation is not fun at all. So thank you again, and I promise you next Saturday is very close to Halloween. Next Sunday, it's gonna be the 22nd and the 29th, and we will do only Halloween pieces. And I hope to be able to do a cane. That wouldn't be too difficult. And we'll do another piece with resin. That's going to be pretty. Okay, thank you so much, and see you all next Sunday. Have a wonderful week. Bye.